Hello, Renee. Renee, thank you for coming. You're the only one I see that's here. Uh, so I want to thank you for showing up. There's a link there if you want to come up and talk or do something else. It's fine with me. I have been doing my live streams in my living room. I'm doing this one in my bedroom. There's my board back here for my whiteboard, uh, stating what I got to get done before I go to the Philippines. Uh, I, I got some of that stuff done already, and so we're still working on it. I mean, I got the bank information set up. I've got the way of getting more money, getting that taken care of. Uh, Actually, I do have that taken care of. But the banking problem, that's something I'm working on. That should be settled soon. The virtual mailbox, it's too early to set that up. So there's still some things I got to do, but there's some things I got to wait. I'm checking flight prices one way. I'll have to get an onward ticket. From where I'm at now, I'll also check if I want to fly out of a different airport than the one where I in Albany, where I live. You know, I live right outside of Albany, but I do plan on going back to Indiana and visit my sister. Well, my sisters, I still have two left. Go back and visit both of them and my cousins. So maybe I'll fly out of Indianapolis. I may come back to New York, visit my brother-in-law and my youngest nephew again before I go, so I can fly out of Buffalo or Rochester, or I may come back down here to see my best friend again before I leave, see her and her family, and fly out of Albany. That's to be determined, but I'm looking at the different costs and trying to get that decided on what I want to do. Uh, but hopefully this is working. If anybody's in here, if you can't hear me, let me know. I do have it on, so hopefully it's working. I have started a little early, so let's wait. Well, I'll probably have people show up here in a little bit. But if I can get this going. If this doesn't work, all right. If this doesn't work, what I'll do is I'll go back to the living room and do it in the living room. So we're just waiting to see how everything's going. And the earbuds connected, so if anybody comes up, I should be able to hear them. Hey, Manlin, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Uh, Good morning in there in the Philippines. I know it's just going on 8 o'clock in the morning there. Actually, it should be a little bit out, yeah, just a little after. Uh, not clean shaven. I was kind of lazy today. Didn't shave, and so I'm just so I'm just trying to. I'll say it in a minute. I'm trying to get everything set up. I got the link there if anybody wants to come up. Madeline, hang on a minute. Oops, didn't do it. Good. So I take it you can hear me. I'm glad. Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? I just wanted to make sure everybody can hear me. I haven't done one in my bedroom for a while. Hey, Jerry, thanks for coming. There's the link up at the top if you want to come up. Uh, so just if you can't hear, let me put it this way. Sorry about that, misspelled there. But Cindy, how you doing? Let me know if you can hear me. Just type in fine. Uh, like I said, if I'm having trouble here, I'll go back to my living room and do it on my laptop. I haven't done one in here for quite some time. Good, good. I came in here and started to set it up, and my monitor somehow got unplugged, so I had to replug it in, set that up. Then when I went into YouTube, I mean StreamYard, and it had been so long since I've been in StreamYard on this computer, I had to sign back in, and they had to send me a code to verify it was me getting in. So, but was able to get it set up before 8. I figured if I couldn't get it going, I'd go back in the living room and do my thing in there. And that's all right, Jerry. I appreciate you coming. If you want to come up just for a couple of minutes, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to sit there in the background. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this one. Now, I have not. This week had been a little tough on my system. I think most of you know, if not all of you know, I'm a diabetic, and I take a Ozempic. It's a diabetic shot that I take once a week, and they doubled my dosage. And it hadn't bothered me before, but the last couple of weeks has been bothering me. Hey, Abby, how you doing? Been a while. So glad you're here. Good morning there, Abby, in the Philippines. But anyway, it was been messing with me. Some of the side effects can be nausea, either diarrhea or constipation. Well, lucky for me, I had constipation, not diarrhea, but I also had the nausea. So I had to be careful. If I didn't eat and watch how much I ate, it made me throw up. I usually when I order a pizza, I order a small one. It's 6 pieces. I eat 3 pieces and save the other 3 for the next day's meal. Well, this last time I ordered the pizza, I didn't even finish 2 pieces and I was throwing up. It was just too much. Just Ozempic said, no, you can't handle that. And so I put it aside. I didn't throw it away or anything. I put it aside. I got sick on something else that doesn't normally make me sick. So I decided to check out what the side effects were, and they told me, but like I said, I've been taking it for so long, nothing bothered me. And so I checked it, and that was the side effects, and I was suffering from those 2. There was others, but I didn't suffer from the others. And so that finally, and they only supposed to last a couple of weeks, and it finally started acting right this week. I finally felt much better on Saturday, yesterday actually, today's Saturday, and started on Thursday night, but much better Friday, and then even better today. I still got to watch how much I eat, but everything is still pretty good. I don't get nausea as quick or as easy, and I haven't been constipated, so hopefully it stays that way. And so we'll keep going, and I so I'm happy with that. Like I said, I did set up. I think I told you guys last week. I did set up the bank account with the USAA Federal Savings Bank, and I'm setting it up so that one of my nephews has a power of attorney. If something needs to be dealt with, he'll be able to deal with it for me with USA and my other bank that I'm keeping. And I'm also setting it up that one of my nephews will be the beneficiary if anything happens to me, so they get the money, so they don't have to fight to get the money out. So that's what I'm doing now. Everything else is pretty well set up. Like I said, I got to make sure I got the money. I got to make sure I have more money than what I got in the bank. Yeah, it does, Jerry. I'm glad to hear you got the 28 days approved. Uh, I have a week right now. I could probably get another week and go if I really wanted to go, but that would push my retirement and my trip over back more. So I don't want to do that. Uh, like I said, I'm leaning towards working about 2 more months, but I may just blow that off and not do it. Uh, so that's the thing I'm really debating right now. Uh, I want to take a couple of months here. I got a couple of things I got to do that's going to cost me some money that I got to take care of. It's car repair and stuff like that. Like I got to get the oil changed. I think I have to change my tires. I think I have to get 4 new tires if I remember right, and an oil change this week, and that'll cost me a pretty penny. I have the money for it, but that's just going to, that cuts into what you're trying to save. So we'll do that probably on Monday. I got up early enough that I could have went today, but I'd have been spending half the day there sitting around, and I didn't feel like doing that today. I'll do that on Monday. They're not open right where I go. They're not open on Sunday, so I'll do that Monday. Whenever I get up, I'll run over and do that. I took today as a lazy day. I did go down and get my mail and all that good happy stuff. I got my new bank card in the mail today. I got a card from someone I kind of thought, well, that's probably a relative, but I don't know who it is. I opened it up as one of my cousin's kids or grandkids. I can't remember which. She mentioned she's, related to LaDonna, one of my mom's first cousins. So it's one of my distant cousins. She'd heard about me losing my mom and 2 of my sisters. So she sent me a sympathy card. I got that today. So, it wasn't in yesterday because I did check the mail yesterday. But so, yeah, everything's going well. We're setting everything up. And so we'll get it all situated out. And, we know about my visa. You get a visa upon arrival from the Philippines. So that's not a big, that's taken care of. The worry of that is taken care of. Your passport has to have at least 6 months left on it. Mine has a few years left on it. So that's taken care of. I've been dealing with the bank situation, so that's pretty much taken care of. Now it's saving the money, deciding when to go, and a couple of things I can't set up till about a month or 2 before I go, like a virtual email box or virtual mailbox, whatever you want to call it. I can't do that. I can't set up the e-travel till I travel. You can only do it like maybe 72 hours before you go. I'll probably do it the day I go. So that way, if something happens and I get delayed somewhere on the line, it'll still be good. I have been told you can probably do it upon arrival, but you can't go into the country until you get it done. So I'll probably do it before I get on the plane to go. I've been checking on direct flights to Cebu. That's what I've been looking at. And I've also I thought about maybe 1 or 2 stops, see how much price difference there is and how much travel time difference there is. So I'm trying to see which day is the best day to travel as far as price, because let's be honest about it, certain days of the week are going to be cheaper to fly than other days. And I'll have to look into an onward ticket because the Philippines don't want to let you in unless you got a ticket leaving within a month. I could buy a round trip ticket, but that seems like a waste of money, but being that I don't plan on coming back here. So I'll buy an onward ticket somewhere close by, maybe Vietnam or Thailand or something like that. I'm looking at a Tuesday. I saw that. I looked out as far as May, but because like I said, I'm thinking about working 1 or 2 months. If I don't work an extra over what I got rent my lease for, I'll be going in April. And because like I said, I'll work to the end of March. or towards the end of March, and I'll leave and fly over somewhere around the middle of April. So it'll be like a Tuesday, a week, second week of April, something like that. If I leave quickly, if I work a month or two, then it'll be the second Tuesday of whatever month I decide to leave. I've noticed Tuesday seems to be a little cheaper day. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out if I want to leave from. If I leave from Indiana, then I got to have a relative take me up to the Indianapolis airport, drop me off, which I'm sure one of my sisters would do, or my cousin George. He'd take me up if they're not busy. If they don't already have other plans before I go. Yeah, I know, Mike. Like I said, I got to figure out how I'm going to buy my throwaway ticket. Do I buy one and take a chance that it's an actual real ticket? If I go to one of the places, that said, hey, this is, or do I actually go to another airline and look for the cheapest ticket? Maybe it'll cost $50, but I know it's actually a good ticket. So let's say something happens and I decide I don't want to stay and I want to go somewhere, I can take off. Like I said, my plan is to stay in Cebu and stay there and probably sign a 6-month to a year lease once I find a place. That doesn't mean I'm going to make Cebu my permanent location. There's a lot of places won't rent unless you sign at least a 6-month lease. There seem to be a lot of places are turned against Airbnbs. A&B, yeah. But but also this way it gives me time to check out Cebu. Yeah, but you got one that you can change the return date, right, Mike? Hey, Christina Vlogs, how you doing? So anyway, I don't want to return ticket because I don't plan on returning within a year. I mean, I may, but that's not my plan. So I would think there'd be a time limit on how long you can put that ticket on hold. Yeah, that's true, Jerry. I might run into some of those people. Rod from Amazing Philippines, I'll probably see walking around eventually, if I stay there long enough. Dan, Dan and Man Minnie like to go to Cebu. And then Chris in Cebu, I don't know if he's still in Cebu, because I know at one time he was talking about his wife, her job might take him to, was it Baguio? So I don't know. Plus he was at South Road, whatever that's called. I don't know how much I'll be in that area. That's why he quit doing the live streams, because in the area he was at, he couldn't walk around. He had to be up on the roof pretty much. And so he wasn't getting very good reception in the area he was living. All right, man. We can run into you then maybe when I'm there. Because like I said, I plan on going to Cebu City first. Like I said, the earliest I'll get there will be in April. If everything goes right, the latest will be June. I don't plan on working more than a couple months. Like I said, I've already got the money I need to get there, get a place, pay the rent, the deposit, and I can pay 2 months rent, and I got all that money. Hey, Tim, thanks for coming, man. So that money I have, and we're not worried about that money. It's the money for emergencies. It's the money for, like I said, emergencies basically is the money I'm worried about. So that's the money we're trying to get put aside We got some, like I said, we got money over what I need. Also, I'll get more money when I sell my car. I don't know if I'll get much for my furniture. I'll sell my furniture. I'll get a hold of some used furniture place and just tell me, hey, what will you give me for everything? You come in, you take it, and it's yours. And I'll probably, have a couple places check it out. Like I said, I got a nice sofa sleeper. The sleeper part's never been used. I overspent on that. Shouldn't have bought it, but I did. I got a nice recliner, electric recliner. It's in good shape. And then everything else is not that, I got a couple really nice end tables, but, you're not going to get what you paid for. So if I can get a few $100s for everything I got, cool, it's yours, take it. And get enough to pay my car off and maybe a couple thousand over that, I'll be happy with that. But like I said, I still got to make money back on other things. We'll get all that taken care of. But like I said, until I know when I'm going, some of this I just can't do. But I do know I'm going next year, and I do know I'm going to go by the middle of next year. I'll be gone before July. Well, God willing, if my health turns, so that's a whole different ball game. But as long as I'm healthy, I'm out of here by June next year. I'm tired of working. I've been working off and on for 55 years, or actually over 55 years. We go off and on about 57 years, somewhere in that area. I've been working. And that counts my time in the military and going to school without working, but going to school was work. Brown out and bye-bye, huh? Oh, sorry to hear that, Dan. I hope you're doing well. If you'd like to come up, come on up. Oh, Jerry, I'm not taking any kind of the only electronics I'm taking is my computers and my phones. That's it. My clocks will stay here. My fans will stay here. My crock pot, my Instant Pot, my rice cooker, my toaster oven, my microwave, all that stuff staying. My now, Dan, that was a little more information than I really needed. But thanks for the visual. What can I say? But like I said, yeah, all that stuff's staying. I'm not taking any of that. I may take my earbuds, maybe my boom mic, but I kind of doubt it. I might take it though. But like I said, I haven't decided if I'm taking my desktop. I don't know if it's worth shipping it over there. It's over 6 years old, so I just don't know. If I'm going to ship anything of this, it would be my 27-inch monitor. But how safe shipping would that be? I don't think I could take it on the plane with me, so I'd have to ship it over later. But I'm going to take my laptop. I will take, like I said, my phones, my earbuds. But yeah, my knives, everything. I'm getting rid of everything. My silverware, everything's going. And so yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not taking any of this. Now, I'll probably take a couple of coffee mugs. I got one that says, I got the vocabulary of a well-educated sailor. I kind of like that one, so I may take it. And I'll think about a couple others, but I want to take that one. If it hopefully it won't break. It's ceramic, so it may break, but I'll take it. I don't know which one, Jerry. I don't know who I'll go with. It depends on where I'm at. I'll have to check to see what. Like I said, I'm taking my own phone, so I'll have to get the Globe Smartest Sun there, and I'll transfer probably one of my phones if I can to a local carrier. Uh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not taking any of my. The only electronics I'm taking is I can plug into computers. Uh, and most computers, you can do either one, 110 or 220. So if it turns out that blows my laptop, then I would blow my laptop. I hate to do that because it's not a cheap one. It's not super expensive, but it's not a cheap one. But that's all right. We'll find out. Like I said, I'm not taking any fans or anything like that. Dan's got jokes today, Tim. Dan's got jokes. So, like I said, I'm just anxious a little bit. I won't say nervous. I'm anxious to get this party started, or this trip, or this part of my life, this part that I'm doing right now over with. Yeah, that's something I'll have to look into when I get there. I know I can't start one here. Uh, we'll find out. If you can, though, Jerry, if you can do it while you're there, go ahead. I wish I could do. I wish we could do it here. And but all right, Dan said he used his passport to set up a Gcash. So if that's possible, that's what I'll do. Uh, but like I said, whether I use Global, uh, Smart, or Sun, I haven't decided. Because, like I said, certain parts I guess work better than others. I wish they had a where they would work pretty much all over the island, every island, that they'd work pretty well. Well, so you use this smart SIM card to set up your Gcash? All right, that's cool. Neither one of my phones are dual. I'll use one for the Philippines, and the other one for a while I'll leave set up for the States. I'll get an international one. I'll turn it off, turn the data off. I won't use it except for maybe I'll make up some plans with my family that they can. We'll have certain times that we'll call, and I'll turn it on and use it then. That's my thought right now, anyway. Uh, I got one sister who doesn't do anything with the internet, so it's going to have to be by phone. And so I want to keep a local phone number. That's my oldest living sister. She's that way. She's the one when I go home. It was her and my sister that passed away. They're the ones I stayed with. And so I got to go back and see her again before I leave. All right. I had a dual SIM, but I don't know how good it would be now. I haven't used it in years. I think it was only 3 or 4G. It was not 5G, and I haven't used it in a few years. I guess I could bring that one to see if it'll work, if we can get it to work there. But yeah, I don't want to have to buy a new phone here in the States because you guys know how much they can cost here in the States. Uh, so we'll wait. If I need a new phone, I'll buy it over there. I'll buy one of the cheaper ones if my phones can't be used over there. Like I said, I'm going to keep one that I can use. But yeah, But like I said, I'll buy a cheaper phone over there. I have one that was made in China. It's supposed to be a pretty good brand, but like I said, it's old. I don't think it's more than a 4G. Might only be 3G, but I think it's a 4G. And I couldn't get it set up with the phone company I wanted, so I quit using it. I couldn't trade it in because nobody wanted it. I'd have to go over and get it, and I can tell you the name. But it's a Chinese brand, so I'm sure they have it there in the Philippines. So I may take it with me just to see if I can use it there. And I think that one was a dual SIM, if I remember right. And so it's also a smartphone. So, but yeah, we'll get that figured out. So, yeah, in case you wondered, Dad, I just decided I hadn't done one in my bedroom in so long. I thought I better come in here and do it again. And when I went to set up, somehow my monitor got unplugged a little bit. Tried to get that plugged back in. And then when I went to StreamYard, it didn't recognize me coming in on this computer anymore. So I had to give them my mailing address, and they sent me a code so I could get in. And that I may buy that just before I leave. I'm not buying one now. It's like I said, right now I don't need both my phones are unlocked because I own them. I bought them out straight out. I did not take a loan on them. I just paid cash for them. So they're unlocked. I just don't know if you can get the SIM, how they would get the SIM card out, because I'm not sure how you get it to come out. Probably right here, probably this one. But that'd be the one I would do. Be that one right there, the small one. I would use it for over there. I'm sorry to hear that, Tim. What's going on, buddy? Are you back in the States again, or Canada? Or do you have an appointment hey, Winnie? Yeah, everybody. I mean, if Tim's having trouble, let's pray for his health, good health. I'm sorry to hear that you're having trouble, Tim. And thank you, Winnie. I hope you're having a good day. We're just don't know how long we'll be here. We've already been here about over a half hour, but like I said, I just trying to enjoy my last few months working as much as I can. I'm lazy on shaving, as you can see, maybe see. Now, if you're on a cell phone, you probably can't see it. My beard's so light, it's almost, my beard's white. So it's hard to see on camera unless I grow it out, actually grow it out. But I do need to shave it. And as you can see, I cut my hair down real short. All right, Tim. Like I said, I'll keep you in my positive prayers. I hope everybody else does. I hope it's nothing serious. Like I said, mine was just the side effects of a medication that they doubled on me, and it seems to be straightening up finally, which makes me happy. Oh, are you starting to have trouble with your back or your legs there, Tim? Uh, I know I have trouble with my knees, but I can still walk and everything. And yeah, Tim, we'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers, man. That's for sure. like I said, at our age, we have to worry about our health. And the older we get, the more we have to worry about it. That's why I said I will be in a larger city, not a small one. I could go small city. I mean, I'm not going to be in a province anywhere. I'm going to be in a large town or a small city, at least, because I want a good hospital close by. Uh, if I had to have one to have the best, then I'd be up in Manila area. But I want to find a place that I can afford, that I will like. The city that has a decent hospital, and places like Cebu is one of the places I'd consider. Davao, Iloilo, some places on Leyte maybe. Uh, but yeah, we uh, we do look at that stuff. And like I said, that's the main reason I'm starting off in Cebu. Uh, that plus Chris in Cebu. A lot of us followed Chris in Cebu. Followed Chris in Cebu. A lot of us followed him. That's all. Dan and Jerry and I and Tim. I think we all met that way. AJG. Matter of fact, met JG BK through Chris in Cebu. Uh, so yeah, I'm looking forward to retiring sometime next year, or early to mid next year is when I'm retiring, JG. I don't know if you know it. And then I plan on going to Cebu City. I'm going to check that place out. And like I said, I want to get at least a 6 month lease, maybe a year. JG, I can't afford a BGC penthouse. Not doesn't say I wouldn't like one, but I can't afford one. I'm a poor boy. Remember, I worked as a security guard almost my entire adult life. Not all of it, but most of it. I've been a security guard for damn near 40 years, and so it's been a while. And I, yeah, almost 40 years. Yeah, dang it, hard to believe, isn't it? But did Valdon move to Japan? Japan's a, I got a couple of those around somewhere. I have to look and find them, but I got them. I got some old solid silver dimes too. I got one of those. Got a couple Kennedy $50, uh, but no silver dollars. I wish I had one of those too. But yeah, it's just like I said, you take Makati and BGC, they're nice areas, but like I said, uh, I'm a poor boy. You know, I do well while I'm working and drawing my Social Security, but once I quit working, it's just my Social Security, and things will tighten up quite a bit. And so now I can afford to live in Cebu. How well I will live will depend on. That's what I try to figure out. It's like that's cool. I wish I had that kind. I'd love that. But like I said, though, it's the you go. You got to look at the cost of living. Now, one thing about Manila area there, great. I think they got a lot of public transportation. If you pick the right area, you can walk to a lot of things. So that's one of the things I like about Cebu. I won't have to worry about uh, having my own vehicle. I'll either walk to where I want to go or take public transportation or Grab. Well, I know some of it that's going on right now is they're worried about people doing money laundering. Uh, that's one of the things the bank that the USAA Federal Bank mentioned. They worry about money laundering. So I don't know how much money I'll actually put in a bank in the Philippines. Uh, it will never be very much money because I will use my cards to go to the ATMs. That's why I wanted a USAA Federal Bank account because I can use my card out of market or out of network ATM. Hey, Michelle, thank you for coming. I can use it out of network ATM, and they will reimburse me up to $10 a month for those ATM charges that the other uh, banks will charge me. The USAA Federal Credit Union doesn't charge me anything if I use my credit card. That's one of the things I want, Jerry. I mean, JG, that's one of the things I want. I want to be able to walk to places. Like if I want a coffee shop that's close enough to walk to, a good uh, fast food place, whether it's McDonald's or Jollibee's, doesn't matter, one of them. A decent restaurant, a sit down restaurant, preferably a decent one that's local and one that's, if I can, one that's westernized, Western, if I can do it. But I at least want one of them close enough to walk to. Hey, Maris, how you doing? Thank you for coming. And so, like I said, I want to be. That's one of the reasons why I want the larger, the small, the large, small to medium-sized city or a large town because they're going to have more of the options I want. Uh, I don't mind if I have to get a vehicle, but I don't want to. Uh, uh, but I do want to be able to rent one if I need it. Uh, and it could be, Dan. I'm not really sure. Uh, like I said, right now, from what I've been told, they're worried about money laundering. Uh, the banks are worried that people are using these overseas banks for money laundering, uh, and so they're watching it. And the way they're talking, I will never transfer as much cash as that would trigger any investigation of me in a month. And they're in a month, I won't transfer that much money. It won't happen. It's just if it costs me that much to live, I might as well move back here in the States and live because then they can't say anything and my money won't get locked up. But I mean, they're talking like if you're anywhere near $5,000, they're going to check it out and try to figure out why. Uh, so I'm not going to be anywhere near that kind of cash. Yeah, I understand. Like I said, they're really worried about money laundering. They a lot of it's from drug dealers and cartels and criminal organizations. So that's what that money. That's what they're. At least that's the way my understanding from when I signed up for USA because they were asking me all kinds of questions. That's my understanding I was getting from them that that's what they're looking at. If you transfer a certain amount of money, and I want to say it was like 5,000, whether it's a month or at a time, uh, they want to look at it. They want to know why, and especially if you're transferring money from our banks to their banks and that kind of cash, why are you doing it? Why that much money and all that stuff. So I think if you just transferred 1,000 or two a month, I think you'd be okay. But like I said, I don't plan on really setting up unless I have to. I don't really plan on setting up a local bank account And if I have to, I will. I mean, but right now I just plan on using my card to pull out pesos when I need it. Like I said, because the bank, if I use my credit card, my bank will reimburse up to $10 a month for pulling the money out, and that would include if I go to the bank to get the cash. So I think that's a pretty good deal for right now. We'll do it that way. And when I know where I want to live, if I decide to set one up, that's when I'll set one up. Because from what I understand, I could be wrong, but my understanding is that you have to use the same bank once you start putting money in. If you want to go into the bank and do stuff, it's got to be that bank again. Or some banks want you to go to the same branch that you set everything up at. So I don't want to do that until I know where I want to stay. If that's the truth. Because I know when I set a bank account up in Cebu and I decided to live in General Santos or Quezon City. I mean, that seems like a long way to go if that's the case. All right, Richard Nixon. Some of you are too young to even know what we're talking about there. But those of us of a certain age generation will remember that. I was a young man when that happened. I was in the service when that happened. So yeah. All right, Pierre. Thank you for coming. Tell Elvie thanks. But yeah, we thank you, Pierre. Thank you for coming. Pierre Shell's here. So we're just trying to get some things done and taken care of. Like I said, I decided to set up in my bedroom this time instead of my living room. Who knows? Next week I may be back in my bedroom. I mean, my living room. I may be here again. I haven't been in here for a while to do it, so I thought I'd do it just to do something different. But yeah, we're getting to where I want to get to, and it'll take me a while, but I'll get there. Like I said, this month is shot. We're not going to put money back this month. I'm spending too much this month. We got October, November, December, January, February, March. That's 6 months. So I want to see after the first couple of months how much I'm putting back. So I should know by December if I'm done in March or if I'm going to work a couple more months. So we have a time frame. I want to see how much money I'm putting back each month. That'll let me know if I'm going to reach my goal. And so of what I want back for emergency. Over what I already got. And so, all right. Now, those better be ants, not termites here, Dan. I do have wood here, My desk is wood. The bed support, my frame's metal, but the supports are wood. All right, Jerry. Hey, man, you have a good night. Thanks for staying as long as you did, buddy. We appreciate it. You're going to tell Talks hi. We appreciate it. And so, yeah, we're finally, slowly, and getting around to figuring things out. And like I said, I am a little anxious. I'm not. I don't mean anxious in that, oh man, should I go? No, that's not the anxious I mean. It's getting close, and the closer it gets, the little more anxious I'll get. In that, am I ready to go? Do I have everything I need to get done? So, like I said, that gives you the impetus to start doing more. That's why I've got done what I've got done. I have plenty of time to set that up. It's like I don't want to put everything off to the end, because then it overwhelms you. And so that's why I set the bank up. I still got to do a couple things with it. So we'll get that taken care of. And that should be done this week. Hey, Diosa, how you doing, Diosa? Thank you for coming. And I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. If I'm mispronouncing it, I'm sorry. But Diosa, D-I is D and Osa, O-S-A. So I'm just trying to be nice. If I'm wrong, let me know. You're more than welcome to come up and say hi and tell me how to pronounce your name. But so yeah. But like I said, by December, I'll be able to give you a little more heads up on what's going on. And then I'll know when to start getting that virtual mailbox set up and all that. Most of the stuff I got to get done that I know that I got to get done is already done that I can't get done. Like I said, the visa, you just do that upon arrival. My passport's taken care of. You got to have at least 6 months, and I got 2 or 3 years or more left on mine. I want to say close to 5 years left on mine. I could be wrong. It might be only 4, but I know it's over 3. I think it's around 5. So I'm in good shape there. Now, Ed Denoy, it'd probably be Ed Denoy. But so yeah, I know Ed Denoy always liked Japan. Hey, Kevin, I didn't see you come in, man. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. I did not see you come in. Kevin from My Filipino American Adventure is in the house, but if he's still there, or JG, anyone, at the top is a link that if you want to come up and talk about your channel, you're more than welcome to. But no, like I said, the stress will be not the moving. Hey Shane, thank you for coming. It's not the moving part for me. It's really making sure everything's taken care of. There's no last minute run around and do things, and it probably will be with me. I'm great at that. Thank you. Yeah, I was out. I lost 2 sisters. I lost my oldest sister died on the 26th of August, and my second to the oldest sister died on the 28th of August. So it was a very bad month. The last part of August and the first part of September was really bad on my family. I still have 2 sisters living. They both live in Terre Haute, Indiana, which is where I'm from. And so my oldest sister lived out here in New York with her husband and youngest son. Her oldest son lives in Florida. So I went to her funeral and the end of August, 1st of September. And then I had to go to my other sister's funeral on the 4th of September in Terre Haute. Now, is Don in I don't think he went to Davao, but is he in the Philippines? Thanks, Dan. That's why I didn't have a live stream for 2 weeks in a row. I was back in time to do one on the 6th, but I was just out of it. I just got back that day. I was tired, and I knew I was going to be. That's why I let everybody know there wasn't going to be one. But yeah, it was just okay. So he's still here in the States. All right. And I hadn't seen Davao in quite some time. Davao Don. But so yeah, it just it was a very rough time for me. My oldest sister was like a second mother to me. But yeah, it was between me and my younger brother, me, or between myself and my younger brother, however you want to say it, there was at least one miscarriage. And so my mom was highly depressed. My dad came out. My dad was an over the road, cross country truck driver, and so he came and started driving local. And my oldest sister, who's 10 years older than me, was 10 years older than me. She's the one that took care of me a lot from the time I was really young, and till I was probably closer to 5 before she was no longer the one. So, like I said, she was like a second mother in many ways to me. So it was very hard on me for that one. It was hard on me for the other one as well. And like I said, I have to love all my sisters. I have more. But I lost both my brothers years ago and my father. This year I lost my mom and 2 sisters. And so it's been a tough year for my family. But yeah, it was a tough time, man. And but like I said, what's the saying? Life is for the living, and we have to move on. I haven't seen Ed DeVal in a long time either. He's been in here a couple times, but it's been quite a while since Ed DeNoy or Don DeVal Don or a couple others. It's been a while since some. Hey, Lorraine, it's been a while since some of them been in here. Well, that's good, JG. Tell him hi from everybody, man. I hope he's doing well. Has he decided when he's moved to the Philippines, or is he still just doing vacations there? Yeah, I hope he's doing well. He always liked his Pandasol. I happen to like Pandasol too, especially when it's warm. Yeah, you can see my bed's not completely made up, but I just sleep under a sheet, people. I don't use a blanket. And let me move that so you don't have to look at my ugly bed. But yeah, it's just all right. Well, Shane, when you go back, let Lorraine know. Thank you. Yeah, I understand. I understand that, JG. Like I said, just lost 2 sisters. And my one sister, I really feel sorry for her husband, my brother-in-law John. They'd been together 59 years. All right, it's a long time. Marianne, how you doing? Thank you for coming. So, all right, tell Lorraine thank you for the raid. We appreciate it. So, like I said, I understand what Don's going through. Like I said, I've lost both my brothers. My older brother was only 37. I was 35. Gurley, how you doing? Thanks for coming, Gurley. And my younger brother was made it to 56. Tell Elvie thank you for the raid. So, yeah, it's like I said, it's a tough thing to do. It's a tough thing to deal with family, losing family if your family's close. My family was close. I'm sure Don's family seems to be close too. So that's a good thing. I mean, it's good to be close with your family. So yeah, I talked to both my sisters this past week. They called me on my birthday, and I talked to both of them for one called me on my birthday, and the other one called me the next day. And we talked for about 45 minutes each with each one of them. And I think both sisters called me on my birthday. One called me while I was at work, and the other one called me after work. But we had a nice long chat with both of them. So now my one sister's 8 years younger than me, so she's only in her early 60s, and my other sister is older than I am. So yeah, I had 3 older sisters and then one younger sister. I had an older brother and a younger brother. Now it's just my oldest sister, myself, and my younger sister out of the 7 kids. All right, Ilse come back. This time she's reading for Lorraine. All right. Thank you for coming back. We're getting there, folks, and I hope everybody's having a good Sunday in the Philippines, Saturday night here in the States and Canada. So we're just trying to get through another day, another week. Make it to till I retire. We appreciate the thumbs up there, girlie. I hope everybody else is giving me thumbs up. We appreciate it if you do. Those always help. Here's the lost live stream. That's pretty good, JJ. But yeah, like I said, I try to do one every week, but like I said, there was a couple weeks it just wasn't going to happen. It just was too emotional time for me. So, like I said, I could have done it on both those weekends. It's just too emotional time to do one. And I didn't want to put you all through dealing with my emotions. That just wasn't what this thing's about. This is about, getting to know each other. My dreams of moving to the Philippines. So that's where we're at. That's right. That's why I took those 2 weeks off. This is for fun for me. This is my enjoyment. And I wouldn't have enjoyed doing the live streams if I had done them those 2 weekends. It would have been a chore for me. I mean, I could have done it, but like I said, it would not have been enjoyable. So that's why I didn't do it. And so I hope everybody understands that. Take it out. I don't need that in. Nobody's coming up, so I don't have to listen to somebody else talk. But yeah, it just, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm getting everything prepared the best I can. I got my bank account set up for the one I'm going to use over there. The bank account here that I'm going to use over there. I don't plan on setting up a bank account over there until I'm there for a while. Make that decision, where and when. But like I said, I'm going to start off in Cebu. I know JG, I believe you've been to Cebu. I don't know about Davao. Davao Don. I don't know if he's ever been to Cebu. But I'm pretty sure I think I've seen one of your videos where you met somebody in Cebu. And so that's where I want to start off. No, I don't want a job. That's why I don't always put up a lot of videos. To me, the live stream is enjoyable. I enjoy doing this. And there are certain times that I enjoy doing videos. Like, we're getting to the time where I actually like doing videos. I like holiday decorations. If I see a unique yard decoration, like I did the one about Bone Tar, the guy had a skeleton sitting on a lawnmower. It looked like he's cutting grass, and that just tickled my funny bone. So I did a short on it called Bone Tar. There's one I did that had a Volkswagen Beetle that had lights on it. It was in the yard, set up as a yard decoration. Had a gas pump beside it, a big metal flower, like a rose, beside it. I did a video on that. So that's the kind of stuff I enjoy. If I go to a festival, I like festivals. I like taking videos of festivals. I missed the Cebu, the Philippine Festival this year because it was on the same day I was traveling back to Terre Haute to see my sister, the one that passed away in Terre Haute. I was going back to see her. She just got out of the hospital. So I'm glad I went because I got to see her again before she passed. the last time I got to visit her. I went home for a week. Hey, Elaine, how you doing, Elaine? Thank you for coming. So, like I said, I did miss the Philippine Festival because of it, but I'd rather miss the festival than not see my sister. So, because there again, believe me, I enjoyed that festival last year. I would have loved to go this year. And I think that's what he needs. I agree with you, Tim. I think he needs to just have an Italian sausage sandwich with peppers and onions to make him feel better. I know they make me feel better. But I'm glad to hear you're doing well, Aileen. Like I said, once again, thank you for coming. And when you go back to Lorraine, tell her I said thank you for the raid. But yeah, it just right now it's just everything is about all I can do right now. The rest of it, there's a couple of small things I can do to prepare, but a lot of it's going to have to wait till I make my final decision on when I'm going, whether it's going to be in April or May or June. I don't want to put it off to July, but that would be the latest I would put it off. That would mean I would have to work 3 extra months instead of just 2 to get the money I want put aside. Myra, thank you for coming, Myra. Tell Evie hi. And so that's where I'm at now, trying to make that decision. And I won't know that until I get done with getting my tires fixed and paying a couple of bills that are a little larger than normal because of having to go back to Terre Haute for the funeral, having to go up to Batavia for that funeral, all that travel. And in such a short time, I spent a lot of money. But I don't care. That's, that was my family. I'm going to spend it. And that's what I'm going to do, Tim. I'm going to save as much as I can. Like I said, I got enough money that I could go over, put the first month, last month, and a deposit down on an apartment and be able to survive a couple months on the money I got without any extra money. That was what I need for this part. Hopefully I won't have to use all of it, but that's what I need for this part. Hannah Jane, how you doing? Thank you for coming. But I want to save up money for emergencies. Because let's say I have to come back for some reason. Or I have to go in the hospital for some reason. Now I do have the credit cards. But if I had to put it on credit cards, I do have enough money on credit cards to do it. I just don't want to have to use my credit cards to pay for it and not have the cash to pay the credit cards back. Happy Sunday to you. I hope you're having a great Sunday morning. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at, and I'll decide what I need, what I'm comfortable with. Right now, I know what I want, but I may decide I don't need that much. I may say, "Hey, look, I'm so tired of working. I'm out of here. I'm done. This will be enough." And that's what I'm looking at right now. All right, thank you. But so, like I said, Tim, I happen to like Italian sausages with peppers and onions myself. You can go during the summer months around here, especially when I was living up in Rochester area. We got, hey, hang on, people, we got a guest coming up. Now, JG, I'm not going to be able to hear you at the moment. Give me a moment. I took my earbud out. Let me get an earbud in.
Can you hear me?
Not trying. JG?
Can you hear me now?
No? What's going on here? It says it's connected. Now, let me try something else here.
Testing. 1 2 1 2. Hey Tim, can you hear me?
I haven't used this in a while, JG. That's what I'm saying. Now try it, JJ.
Testing, testing.
Yeah, I got you.
How you doing?
So how you been, man?
Been well. Very happy with my new status of retirement.
Oh, I wish. I wish.
I hear sometimes you see a video and the people complaining, they they don't have nothing to do, they can't figure it out, and I'm like, this is great. Anything I feel like doing, I could just do it.
Yeah. Oh, like I said, that's one of the things why I don't want to make this a job. You know.
Yeah, well, I used to do the weekly too, like every Monday at 7. And I had fun with it in the beginning, but then it just became I wasn't in the mood for it, so it became a job to myself. And I just did that to myself. It wasn't like, it was a big deal or anything, but that's not what I was looking for in this.
Well, I'm with you. Like I said, to me, the live stream's not the job. The job is the videos. Well, you don't see very many videos from me.
Oh yeah. No, me neither. You know what? I stopped doing videos almost 100%. I mean, maybe once a year I'll throw something up, but other than that, I don't do it because I know my videos suck, and I don't want to bother my friends with putting up my suckiness.
Well, like I said, the only videos I still enjoy doing is either yard decorations or holiday decorations, which is actually a certain type of yard decorations, but I enjoy that. I mean, or if I go to a festival.
Larry, you and I aren't trying to make a living out of this, so just put up what you enjoy.
That's what I said. No, I don't want a job, and if I try to make a living at it, that becomes a job.
Like, it's fine. I mean, there are channels that are jobs, like the Filipina P or any of these big channels. They do it. They have a schedule. They release their video. I mean, that's a job.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much you follow the Filipino P.
No,
but she's cut back to just one actual video a week because it's getting too much.
I liked her in the beginning, but I haven't liked her for like over a year now. I mean, like I think I see this. Sometimes you still get the recommendations on the screen, and I seen one with "He wants me and my sister," and I was just like, "Oh, I can't look."
Well, that one there was a letter somebody had wrote to her for advice.
Yeah, but it's stupid premise, and that's the title because that's what's going to get clicks. At least she thinks. But to me, I just don't have an interest in stupid stuff like that anymore.
Okay. Put that up a little bit. I'm hearing an echo in my own voice, not yours, just mine.
I don't hear an echo from myself.
No, like I said, there's no echo with you. But I don't know where the echo is coming from.
It's in your head, Eric. Hey,
well, we all know I'm a little nutty, but
does anyone ever heard anything from Chris?
In Cebu, no.
Just disappeared. Good morning, Amy. Good morning.
Hello, Amy. How you doing? But,
Raiders, welcome.
Oh yeah. Oh, I tell you, you know me. I like to have people come up, but I had to get to where if they're not willing to show their face, I don't let them up because I've had too many come up and be complete jerks.
Yeah, nobody ever bothers with my channel, but I mean, other than the last couple weeks where you took off, I mean, other than that, you've been pretty steady at it,
Yeah. Well, like I said, it would just been. It would not have been enjoyable.
No, I completely understand and I agree with
you. Oh no, I know, but I'm just saying that. Like I said, I was still dealing with the loss of of loved ones, and I just couldn't see myself doing it because it wouldn't be enjoyable if I'm not enjoying it. How do my?
Then there's no point to do it.
Yeah, but also how would my either coming up with the chat, how would they enjoy it if I'm here and I'm bummed out, emotional, and just it wouldn't be enjoyable not only just for me but for anybody else. I don't.
Well, you never know. Sometimes, misery loves company.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Glenda.
you might get some.
Well, that's true, but
But nah. And plus, you don't want to put that out on the internets.
yeah. Well, I did put it out, but sad news on the first one, letting them know, hey, I lost a sister. I'm not going to be doing one this Saturday. Well, I didn't want to do it on the second one. I just put out that I wasn't doing another one. I had to take another week off, and I didn't want to say, well, I lost a second sister, you know. And when they called and told me about my oldest sister, I thought they were calling about my other sister because she was in the hospital not doing well. Because well, she had a heart attack and I had to have a stent put, artery cleared, the stent put in, and a defibrillator put on. And so, she was in rough shape. And I had heard she went back to the hospital. She was having trouble. My sister she lived with called and was talking about it. So when my brother-in-law, they called my brother-in-law, my older sister, and told me, we'll let Larry know. You let everybody else there know because my older sister and I are all in New York. And so when my brother-in-law called me, I thought he was calling me about my sister Ruth Ann, and it was his wife Wanda, and she wasn't even in the hospital when I went to bed Monday night.
No, I know. We had that in our family too, where we got news that we thought was for one person, but turned out to be somebody else. Yeah, that sucks. But let's not get into that because that's depressing stuff.
Oh yeah, I know. Believe I know.
I mean, it's real life, but it's
Yeah. Hey, Jaylene. Jaylene's in.
Welcome, Jaylene. Welcome.
And Chelsea. I didn't see Chelsea come in. She came in too.
They're sneaky, these Raiders. They just sneak in.
Chelsea got a new video.
Take care, Tim. Feel better, man.
So like I said, right now I'm concentrating on working towards my goal of moving to the Philippines next year.
Yeah,
I'm still working though, unlike you. I'm still a working stiff, but we're getting there.
Well, I think we're both like getting our ducks in a row.
Yeah, you got to have it ready. And the thing I got to get ready is the money. Like I said, I'm a security guard. I don't make a whole lot of money. I'm not complaining. That's my life. But I got the money that I can go over right now and set myself up, have a nice place, and survive for a couple of months without any money. But what happens if I have to go to the hospital or if I have to return back?
Yeah, you're getting your eggs in a row.
Yeah. And so, we're getting all that straightened out. That's why I'm going to stay working for a while.
Yeah, I mean, the only difference is that I'm not working, but I have stuff that I have to get done before I can do what I want to do. So, it's the same thing.
I wish I could do mine without working.
Well, yeah, no, of course, I get that. But, like, the funny thing is, Larry, is that I don't know if you saw any of my live streams or heard my explanation of what happened is that I basically got fired from a job that I was on for 25 years.
I didn't hear that. I heard that you were no longer on that job.
Yeah,
I didn't hear exactly what happened.
So it wasn't, so I didn't choose the time.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I would have just kept working. Now that, I'm fortunate and I don't have to work right now, but I do have to get things in order to support the lifestyle I want to live.
Yeah. Now you're going to be renting your places out, not selling them, right?
Right.
Okay. Because I know you got more than one house, if I remember right.
Well, I used to, but now I just have the one, but it's a multi-family.
Okay.
So I'm in the process of, one of them is rented, and I have to move myself from the main one down to the basement apartment. And then I rent this out, and then I'm, can have some freedom.
There you go. Yeah. Now you said you want to go to BGC?
Yeah, the Philippines ain't even the first place that I want to go and stay long term because I'm not living anywhere all year round or anything like that. I basically what I want to do, Larry, is just do the snowbird thing. When it gets really cold here in New York, shitty weather, get out, 1, 2, 3, 4 months, how like that
Yeah.
is what I want to do. And actually the first place I want to stay for a couple, and I want to do it for 2 months, is Colombia.
Okay.
I want to live in two different cities for 1 month each and check them out. And then I'll get around to the Philippines, and then I'll do the same thing. But the place I want to stay would be BGC or Makati for like a month or two, and then Cebu City, near IT Park and all of that stuff for 1 or 2
Well,
months.
like I said, what I want to do is I want to set myself up in Cebu City. And being perfectly honest, I know myself, I'm going to love the place for at least a month or two. It's just, the honeymoon
I would
period.
have absolutely no problem living there for a month or two. No.
Like I said, I know that. So, but I want to set it up longer term. Because let's say I decide, well, I don't want to live there long term. But now I got a place I can leave, go check out another place, come back, leave again, go somewhere else, come back, and try to narrow down. What I
Because
check out.
Larry, once you do it, are you looking to just be there full time?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, what I would do, man, if I was you, I would like rent places for 1 or 2 months in a bunch of different cities that you're interested in or neighborhoods you're interested in, and then see which one you like the most.
Well, really, what I want to do, like I said, is set myself up long term for Cebu,
Welcome in.
and then go to places like Iloilo, Davao, maybe Dumaguete, a couple other places, and narrow it down, and then maybe go to one of them. Say, hey, I like this place. Let's go there for a month or two. But I don't like this place. So why go there for? And that's why I want to set it up long term in Cebu, so I can go check them out short term and decide which ones I want to go check out for longer term.
I hear you, but I mean, you could do it either way to work. I like my way a little bit better, only because then I'm not laying out for like a full year, and and I know you're gonna go look around, but if you didn't like it after 3 months, then you'd be stuck for the rest of the year in the lease.
Yeah.
But I mean, either way works.
Well, like I said, what I'm thinking about, if I can do it, would be 6 months. But if I get a much better deal on a year, then I'll do a year. But I want to do at least a 6 month layout. Because, like I said, the first 2 or 3 months, it's going to be a honeymoon. I believe it'll be like a honeymoon, and I just won't want to go anywhere. It's going to be, because remember now, the first month or so, it's going to be my first month or so of retirement.
Yeah.
And so I want to treat it like a staycation if I can. I think you know what I mean by staycation.
Yep.
So I won't do a lot of traveling that first month or two, just to see what I need to live comfortably in a large city, not a larger city, because Albany's not that big, to be honest about it. I don't live in Albany. We're bedroom communities. I live in an area called Waterville, but I'm closer to Cohoes. So,
I've heard all those names on signs when I drove past them at some point.
yeah. Well, like I said, Waterville is probably a lower middle neighborhood city. I mean, it's not, low class or poor, but it's not upper class either.
Working class.
Yeah, working class, and the same thing with Cohoes. They're both working class neighborhoods, basically. And hey, Satchmuchi, thanks for coming. But so, like I said, I want Jonah Lynn. How you doing? I didn't see you come in.
I'm telling you.
And Gia did. I gave her a blue jacket.
Welcome, Jana.
But
Anna.
so, like I said, this neighborhood. I mean, I travel around here, and I know when I first moved down here from Rochester, oh God, I love the place greatly. Just the fantastic, but it was new. I still like it, but that honeymoon feeling after a couple of months was over, it was like, okay, I can live here, but it's not as great as it felt when I first got there. And like I said, that's going to be Cebu. When I first get there, it's going to be, like heaven almost. Because I won't be working, and it'll be that.
Say that it's like a big city, but I almost like to me
Well,
it's like a Rochester size.
no. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, but I live in Albany. It's even smaller.
Yeah.
So I mean, compared to where I'm at, it's going to be a bigger. Like I said, no, I'm not comparing it to Manila.
No, I completely agree with you. From the city size that you live in to there, yeah, it's gonna seem like a
My
New York City.
hometown. You take my hometown. It's only 70,000 people.
Yeah.
Terre Haute, Indiana. It's only about 70, 80,000 people. That's it.
I got 70,000 people just in the 5 blocks around my house.
Yeah. Well, see, I lived in San Diego, and that was about 2 or 3 million, and that still isn't that large.
Just Brooklyn itself has 2.3 million people living in it.
Yeah.
And when I said I had 70,000 people in like a 5 block, that's my neighborhood.
Yeah. But so yeah, it's a difference in what you're used to. You're used to a very large city, so
that's why, like for me, all the guys with going to the province and live in the middle of the like that sounds like miserable to me, man.
I don't want to live in the province. And I don't live in a big city at all.
I want to live amongst civilization, okay? I can go and visit and, take weekend vacations in those kind of places.
I could take a week there.
Yeah, even a week, but not living.
Well, see, my cousin George,
Hello,
we're the same age. He happens to, he grew up on a farm. So I went to the farm and visited him and his family once in a while, but after a while, you get tired of throwing tomatoes at each other.
Yeah, it gets boring after a few hundred.
Not a whole lot to do out in the country.
Yeah, I used to go upstate New York on the weekends, and that was sufficient for me because work a week in the city and then just go upstate for a couple of days.
Well,
Nice. I used to call it dry cleaning my brain.
Yeah. Well, I used to go camping when I was younger. I'm not doing that anymore.
Oh, I'm not a camper. I never was a camper, and I never will be a camper.
Well, I used to go camping for a week or two every summer.
Unless it's very luxurious camping.
No.
Doing it.
No. A tent and sleeping on the ground and made up sleeping bag, because we didn't take sleeping bags. We used blankets.
I'm not talking about, forget about that camping in a tent, forget about it. They have these things, these like crazy
campers,
like Airbnb, and it's like really, it's like a self-contained,
Oh, you're talking about a cabin.
No, but it's like, almost like a little home, just unique places.
Yeah, a cabin. Yeah, a cabin. Yeah, I've never done that kind of camping.
Well, I haven't either, but if I was going to do any, that would be the type.
Now, like I said, my older brother and I, until we started working, back when we were in our mid-teens, we went camping every summer for a couple of weeks. Our grandfather owned 53 acres, mostly woods. And so we'd go out there. We had a nice spot that we'd go out there every year. Nice little clear area, flat ground. And we'd go camping. We'd take food out. You have food, so you can cook. And every so often, we'd hike a couple of miles into a little town called Rosedale, maybe a couple thousand people, to the grocery store and buy some more groceries when we needed it, and hike back out. And we did that every summer for a while, till we started working. I went to work at 15, and my brother went to work at 16. So he went to work a year earlier than I did.
I went to work at 6.
No, I'm talking about a job where I had to go in and punch a time clock and get paid and all that good happy stuff. Matter of fact, my first job was the first one I got fired from.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, don't it? Your first job was the first one you got fired from?
Well, yeah, but see, you can quit your first job and get fired from your second.
Yeah, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
So,
but mine was first hard, first fired. And I kept going back in there over the years, and it was an A&W root beer stand. And they sold food, and I kept going in all the time. And Dave, the guy that fired me, asked me one time. He says, "It's hard to believe that you still come in." I said, "Dave, I deserve to be fired. You kept telling me to shut up or get out, and I wouldn't shut up." So I mean, I don't blame you for firing me. It's my own fault.
You know what, Larry? My boss had fired me, and we didn't speak a word for a year. And then on the anniversary of the day she fired me, I sent her like a long text explaining that, I didn't realize it at the time, but that was the best thing anyone ever did for me. And thank you for firing me, because now I'm healthier and happier than I ever been. And I sent it off to her, and she sent it back like, "Thank you so much for telling me this."
No.
I said, "No problem."
Yeah, you've lost weight since you've been fired.
Yeah, well, I started losing it before, and then I lost more after.
Yeah, but I need to lose. Let's be honest about it. I need to lose weight, but they won't fire me.
No, I had lost like I think around 65, 70 pounds before I got fired.
Okay.
And then since then I lost like another 20, 25.
All right. Well, I hadn't seen you in a while, so
Yeah, it
I mean,
didn't happen overnight, man. This is like, almost 2 years in the process, so.
yeah. Well, my heaviest was 370 pounds. I'm down to about 300, but I need to lose probably another 100.
How tall are you?
I'm only 5'8", man,
Oh, okay.
and I'm very short-legged.
I hear you.
I have Filipino legs.
Yeah, what?
Filipino legs.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'm Filipino sized.
I'm talking leg size. You can't buy. I can't buy pants off the rack. The leg length. They're all too long.
What, what inseam?
25.
I just recently found a place that you can order online and get those inseams.
Well, I'll be in the fence.
No, listen, man. That's been my Achilles heel my whole life, because everything usually comes in minimum 30 and up.
Well, 28 is the smallest you can find. They're hard to find, but you can find 28.
That's what I am. I'm 28 inseam. That's what fits me. I don't have to get them cuffed or nothing.
Yeah.
And they are hard to find. So
I don't buy 28s. I don't buy 28s or 29s because they're hard to find. And mine's got to be cut down anyway, so I might as well buy 30, because that's fairly common. Now, my dad was very short-legged, but the son of a bitch was tall. My dad was about 6'3".
And short-legged? What inseam was he at 6'3"?
30.
Holy moly. He was all top.
So am I. I got his build, I just didn't get his damn height.
Jeez.
You give me his leg length, I'd be as tall as he is. Or was, excuse me. I'd be well over 6 foot tall. I might not be quite as tall as he was.
That's crazy.
But normally if your legs are growing, your upper body grows a little bit too, so.
Christina Vlogs, welcome.
So yeah, it's a hard, like I said, now the cargo shorts, I buy the shortest legs I can get on the cargo shorts.
Yeah.
And,
No,
is that going dead on me? Yeah, I gotta plug this one in.
Unless you're a man, with that height challenge, you wouldn't realize how freaking hard it is to find clothes that fit proper.
Yeah. But like I said, if I had that, I would be able to find the pants at my height. So, and I got these cargo shorts or pants.
Larry, that was the only problem with my. The problem wasn't with my weight. It was just I was too short for it.
It's like my hair. My head outgrew my hair.
You outgrew it. You advanced. You're what's it called? You're evolving.
Yeah. But they got these pants you can buy through Amazon. I don't know who sells them. I'm sure you can get them other places. But you can zip off the bottom part and the upper, and you still have the cargo shorts. Or you can zip the legs on.
Yeah,
and have the legs.
I saw them. I saw those before. I never owned them.
I think I'm going to buy a couple pair before I go over.
Start with one just in case you don't like it. You can always order more after. I'm doing my grandma giving you the sound advice.
Well, like I said, I do want to try, but like I said, I'll have to have them cut down. But I thought, if I have to write, because I have to worry about skin cancer. All right. I've had places on and this part here on my elbow, I don't know if you can see it or not. There was a place here on my elbow.
See a little
Right there, you see the dark spot?
Yeah.
That was skin cancer they removed from my elbow. So that was actually cancerous. The others were pre-cancer. So my dad had skin cancer, so did my younger brother. So it runs in the family. On my dad's side, not my mom's. I happen to take up after my dad. What can I say?
You don't strike me as a beach bum, so I don't think it would be.
I love the ocean. I'm former Navy, but I will not spend a lot of time at the beach. I used to go.
Welcome, Layla. Wait, Leia and Layla. Welcome.
Thank you for coming, Leah and Leia. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, but that's where I'm going. But no, I used to love to go snorkeling or skin diving.
Big beach guy?
Not big, but I enjoy it.
What age? Like, because when I was a kid, I was a fish in the water. I loved the ocean, but
I didn't go in the ocean a lot, but I was in the pool a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
I lived across this.
Absolutely loved it.
I lived across the street from one of the 3 pools in my home, and I would buy a monthly pass to the swimming pool. So if I could only go in for a half hour, I was there every day, unless it was bad weather, like storms.
You see, they were so much smarter back then, Larry. They would trick the children into getting healthy exercise, make them swim. They like it, and it's great exercise.
Yeah, but like I said, I love the pool. I love the water.
Well, being that I live in the city, we have beaches that we could go to. So in the summer, in the really hot months in New York, you go to Jones Beach, Rockaway Beach, and this kind of thing. And we did that a lot because, when we were kids, my parents, how are you gonna wear kids out all day? Just bring them to the beach, let them go in the water for 5 hours, and they'll be dead tired when they get home and go to sleep. So it was a win-win for everybody.
Like I said, if I wasn't working, or even if I was going to work that day, if I could go in the pool for a half an hour, actually be in the pool for a half an hour swimming, I was at the pool. And if on the days I didn't work, I'd be there during the day. Then they was open in the evening for a few hours. And if I didn't have something I had to do in the evening, I was at the pool.
When I was 16, I convinced my parents to buy a pool, and I was going to put it together in the backyard. And I actually was able to do it and got it up, and we had it for like 5 or 6 years. It was one of the above ground pools and everything, but hey, listen, man, it came in handy.
Oh yeah, probably only 3 or 4 foot deep, but it's deep enough to play around in and swim.
No, it was actually 5 feet.
Okay, that was one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, it was like an oval. Yeah, oval.
A neighbor of mine, they had I want to say it was 4 foot deep, but they had a deck built up.
Yeah.
Around it. Yeah. So you can go up you can sit on the deck and relax, or you jump in, and they had a basketball like net on one end, and you could go against each other and play basketball in the pool. And this is as an adult. I was doing that.
Yeah, well, it's fun.
But yeah.
But anyway, I just wanted to pop up and say hello. I haven't joined your panel in quite a while.
We appreciate it, John.
No problem.
Hopefully we'll see you around. Like I said, tell Don we said hi. Hope he's doing well. Is he retired yet?
Oh yeah, no, Don's been retired for a while.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You said he's taking care of his brother passed away, and he's got some other family issues he's dealing with.
Yeah, that's what's keeping him from traveling. Just like it partly sounds like what your situation.
Well, my situation, I wasn't going to travel even before my sisters died. But this may put it off another month because of everything I had to do. I had to take time off from work, which I didn't get paid for, the money I had to spend. But it was gonna, it's my sister's. It doesn't matter. I mean, it could cost me 6 months.
No,
I
there's
would do
just
it.
some obligations we have to do regardless.
There's some obligations you want to do, whether you have to or not, and that's obligations there.
Of course.
So,
But have a good night and take
you
care
too.
of
I'll be
yourself.
closing this down here in just a minute myself.
All right, Larry. Have a good night.
I've been going almost 2 hours, hour and 40 minutes. So thanks for coming up, John. We'll see you some other time.
All right, buddy.
And if you ever see Chris and them, tell them hi. Let me take this back out of my ear. And so anyway, so yeah, we've been going now for a little bit. Let me do this. Well, I was starting to sweat. That was making noise. So I want to thank everybody for coming. Anybody else want to come up? You're more than welcome. I'll sit here and talk for a few more minutes. Then I'm going to have to shut this down and go relax for a little bit before I go to bed. Maybe I'll read somebody else's. So yeah, like I said, I hadn't done one in my bedroom for a while, so I decided to do one in the bedroom. And so I hope y'all don't mind. The next one, I don't know where I'll do it at, whether it'll be here in the living room. I just wanted to do one in the bedroom because I hadn't done one for a while in there. This chair is pretty comfortable. So, all right, I think I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down. I want to thank you all for coming. And Chelsea, thank you for coming back. And all right. But everybody in the Philippines, have a great Sunday. If you haven't been to church, enjoy your church service. If you're just getting home from it, I hope you had a good church service. Those of us here in the Western Hemisphere, I hope you have a good Saturday night and wake up feeling well tomorrow on Sunday morning and have a great Sunday. So remember, everybody, be nice to each other. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Plus, have fun. I'm going to go ahead and end this one, everybody. So take care. Love you all. Take it easy.